Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever, to our big Let's Play. Now, in the last episode, we established the connection between Amsterdam and Lyon and Amsterdam and Paris. And what should I say? It is, of course, quite successful. People like to fly. I absolutely understand that. There's the other flyer coming in from Paris. This one is the one for Lyon, and both of them are full. And what we can see is, and well, quite a dozen of you poor souls there, once again, that are waiting at the airport. There's actually 110 that want to go to Lyon at this very moment. So once again, I need to, get a few more planes on the way here. We actually do have 2 planes for that, so let's just make it 3 for now. That's not going to make the biggest of changes here, but it's still going to help a bit. And then, of course, we still have the Amsterdam Paris one that we have here, the connection, and there at least I should also get a second plane out there. But what we can see is it's getting really full. I'm hoping that we get some better planes there soon with higher capacity, because 10 for one plane is really not enough. But well, that's the strength and size of these planes. We're still in the 40s, by the way, or 30s and now 40s, so of course the jet age still has to start there, or the age of flying still has to start at some point, and this is it. I can also see myself watching this one here quite some time, as these are, you know, going to their terminals there. Oh, we actually got a Douglas DC-49 Skytrain. What kind of plane is that? Is it a cargo plane? Is it a passenger train? That's the important question here. It's all cargo, but our capacity of only 10. Now, wait a second. We do have the Junker already. This one is though significantly faster, so we could use this new one, the Douglas DC-49 Skytrain, for our food ones. So originally developed for use in the Second World War, thousands of C-47s were converted for civilian use at the end of the war. Some of them are still in use today. What? I certainly don't want to travel with one of these. Now, cargo type is all capacity. Let's just try it out. It should be actually working then for one of these here, right? And it's also faster, I think. 300. Nah, it's the same. Alright, same speed, same size. There's no reason why we should go this way. But for the fuel ones, it might actually be worth it. But not only for the fuel, but for the food as well. Let's just have a look at my... Which one of them is full? Food Lyon is full at 50 out of 50, right? So this one here, it might make sense to just use the better planes. Not for capacity, but for their speed. Right, 6 million. Ooh, that's actually not that cheap. And there is the latest one. The latest flyer. Still no jets on it, but it's still faster at least. And that should be worth something as we're coming down here on Lyon. Now, another very important thing is that's happening right now is this airport here. As we can see, Food Lyon is coming out here. And what we can also see, there is, not that much grain in. So this one is, well, not really producing all the time because production is not up there. Also, we're not using all the consumers there yet. We have Lyon and Vilnius for both of them. There's the Vilnius train coming in. We could still open up Salzburg, for example, here as one of the customers for this food processing plant. But first, it needs more grain, and lucky us, we do have 2 farms over there already connected, right? So there we have the line for that. However, we still need to make this one double tracks there again, right? So we need to put it on here so we can have several trains on this. There is already the stone train that uses this road here, or this system, and now we need another one for the 2 grain trains. Actually, I mean, we're just going to have one for now, but I'm going to have several of them. Here it's splitting up, and then it continues actually to the other side. So we need to make this one, it's splitting up here and also connected here with the farm. Perfect. Let's get us a new train on the way. It's going from Sleepy Hollow sidings. It's funny that this is called Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is over there, but it's, I think, the closest city then. And yet it goes to this line there, Stockholm East, platform 1. Perfect. I think that's actually it already. So this is grain. Another grain one that we have, grain 3 in this case here. The only thing we now need is a train. There we already have the train depot for that. How very nice. And yeah, well, let's use the Crocodile again. I think we do have the better one now. This heavy 6-axle electric locomotive designed for freight service was nicknamed the German Crocodile, because this one here is what? It's the Swiss Crocodile, right? And this is the German one. However, this one is significantly more expensive. Like, that's not even a comparison here. We might actually go for the middle ground there yet. Yes, let's go for this one because I have no idea how profitable this really is going to be. So let's have the gondola for that. And let's make a capacity 128. That is fine on grain 3. Of course, we still need to let it merge here with the main system. And we also will need quite a lot of these signals then as well. It's going to be interesting. There's already the stone train now passing by. And now there's the grain train coming out as well. Of course, using several lines on one track system is always a bit complicated, but we should be fine. There's lots of grain already piling up, so I'm confident that we are going to need all of that. Of course, this is a really famous food processing plant here. And it's out of grain once again, so this should not be happening. We need to keep producing food all the time because my people want food all the time. Strange people they are. Now there's still the city of Vilnius as well that we have over there. That is growing nicely, 140% growth rating there, 130 now. 300 residents already. A bit, well, still sleepy there, I think. And we should connect it with the world because it's only getting some cargo at the moment. Oh, we get some new tankers, some new ships as well with high capacity for cargo. We need to keep that in our head for now. Let's have a look at the train system. We already have some tracks here for the construction materials that are being transported to Vilnius. There should be the trains somewhere. And as we can see, yeah, there's not that much construction materials. There's the train, not making that much profit. I think it's really all about the growth of Vilnius there. It has enough stone really, but it's not processing that very quickly. Consumers is Vilnius, Hamburg, Salzburg would be another one. We might need a plane going from there. I mean, this could still work. Hamburg to that with train could work because I really don't want to use too many airlines there. Airports are easily congested. Alright, so construction materials, we'll just have to keep an eye out on that. But I already made a very expensive tunnel here that I can still use for another passenger train, Vilnius to Amsterdam, right? Going here, they could use then the airport as well, the people from Vilnius, and I think this is going to be profitable. The only thing it really is the tracks. They're not okayish at the moment. There we got the passenger tracks, they're coming out here, so this is still one-sided only, or one track only. Okay, even though we build it parallel, the second track still cost us a whopping 7 million for all of that, because that tunnel is just so huge, right? But it's absolutely worth it, because with that we do get some very fast passengers coming out here. Here it's splitting up, however, we still need to merge that somehow. And also we need to connect it, of course, with this area there without losing too much speed. This is a bit tricky. I think we should be actually merging them and splitting them already here. Right, and then the passenger train leaves us and goes this way and merges with that track that we have already down here. This is looking fine, so that we're not really losing a lot of speed. Perfect. Right, and then it's using this track where we have the stone transport. There's really not a lot of train traffic here, so we can keep it one track only. And then we merge it with the main track here that goes into Hamburg. There, however, we are going to need... Yeah, here we're going to lose definitely some speed there at least. Oh, a new plane for passengers. Douglas DC-4. I know this one. That's looking actually good here now. Right, there we're not losing too much speed. And it only slows down to 100. That's fine because it's already getting into the station there. And that's actually it. I think we don't need to do anything else. We still need a couple of signals here that, you know, so the stone train knows exactly when it can go out and in. Here we're going to need something, and I think this should be fine now. Here we can have another one for the stone train outbound, and here should be fine too. Right, we only need to keep this one now. We only need to decide now on the tracks there once again. So this one goes that way, this one goes that way. And the same thing I would probably like to do here once more. That's it. Very nice. And we got a new train. We got a new train for us. Where's the depot for that? There we have it. Perfect. So now need to just take the train here. Vilnius Central, now that's sounding proper, to Amsterdam. over here. It has its connection already. Which platform is it using? Very nice, because we already have a train here that uses the other platform, so they don't block each other. It is using the correct tracks there once again. And in Vilnius, it's using the middle one, which is fine. And the other one is being used by 2 cargo trains coming in and out here. And this is Vilnius to Hamburg. Was it Hamburg? It was Amsterdam. Sorry for that. It's Amsterdam that we still need to have here. Perfect. So that's that. Only now I do need a train. Now tricky, because I have no idea once again how the demand is. We're going to use... what kind of locomotive should we use on that? The Flying Scotsman is rather cheap in its maintenance cost. I think overall we could go with that. We could also use the Crocodile. That's not so fast. Let's use the Flying Scotsman for that. And some compartment cars here. Can't use too many anyway. 80 capacity will be fine for now. And that is Vilnius, Amsterdam. Off it goes. A new passenger train. They have been really successful so far, passenger trains. So I'm expecting the same thing about you here. That's a lot of pressure, I know. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the new Douglas DC-4. It is a 4-engine American commercial aircraft with piston engine propulsion. From 1945, it was used all over the world in civilian aviation. We only have a 1944, so we're still in the Second World War here, by the way. But I guess that doesn't mean anything, really. We are taking this one because not only is it faster than the DC-3, it can carry like 5 more people. And this is exceptionally needed here because... we are totally overloaded there with our aircrafts already. There we have it now, a new beauty in all its glory. 4 engines. As it's now making its way. And look at all the details here, the flaps especially. They're now out, as they should. And I'm pretty sure they're coming in then, once it's in the air. There we go. A bit late, but still... I love those details. The only thing we now need is... yeah, we need to do this with all the planes that we have, of course. So there we still have the Amsterdam-Lyon one that's also going... How much does it cost me, by the way? 4 million. It's not even that expensive to get these more powerful planes that are on the way. And very important, of course, for Lyon itself, that we get this one for Paris and Lyon, because this is catastrophically exhausted in every area that we can think of. Oh my goodness. And yes, our Airport Express is not only making profit, it's also completely full. What we can see here is there's over 40 people waiting Lyon airport. So if this doesn't change, we're going to add a second one to this. So this is a pretty cool one, a pretty cool feature. We can add these modules kind of like next to each other, and this train becomes longer with that. I love these locomotive and passenger car in one piece trains. I love them a lot. Now we still need to think about something about this heavily used high-speed train network that we have there, kind of like high-speed train network with London, right? There's 400 people. I mean, it's completely over the top, of course. There's more people waiting at the station than there are citizens in the city. No idea what they're doing all there, those poor souls. And yeah, this train is just completely overloaded. I can not do that much other than at the moment adding more of these compartment cars in the hope that we can at least, I think, double the capacity that we have without sacrificing any speed. So that's 11 million this cost us to make this train longer. There is no other locomotive at the moment that reaches the speed of this one, right? So we really need to stick with it for now, and I'm hoping that we get an electrified locomotive that is just as fast and even more powerful. Now, the next passenger train line that we had was Vilnius, that goes to Amsterdam, and as we can see, it is already full, so we do need to change this one before it even started. I would like to get the faster class 4 on that, and I would like to get a few more compartments to that, so 120 should be fine. It's faster and it can carry more. What are you doing? Alright, that was very close. It was a bit too close, I think, but it's still working, of course. Perfect. There's a little traffic jam here, I think. I mean, come on, we only have 2 lines and they're, of course, meeting each other right here. But what can you do about that? Now, Vilnius is growing with that because destination goes up now really high there. And as we can see, 180% we have. Bristol Freighter, a new freighter plane that is looking like a whale that we probably should also utilize in heavy traffic. So there we have the food Lyon with a lot of food waiting. And I think all of the planes are full there as well, from what I can gather. So I might also change this one to the new one. Bristol Freighter has 14 capacity, and as opposed to the... Are we still using... No, we're using the Douglas C. 10 to 14, but it's also having a way higher maintenance cost. Strange. Let's use it on one for now, on one plane. I don't want to go over the top there with something that I don't know if it's really profitable. It's not very beautiful as well. Oh gosh, and yeah, we have this problem here at Lyon that I was expecting already. Now, yes, we also have some new ship available. So the Vandal is no longer the highest capacity ship as well. We do have now the Votrans tanker towboat and the Votrans towboat itself, so towboat. There we have it, 175, but also 200 capacity when it comes to fluids like oil and fuel. Yeah, we can now change all the Vandals that we have. That's like 70 tons more for each one of these ships. Cost me 11 million. It's fine because those ships are already pretty old. And let's replace it with these towboats. And boom, there we have it. Do we have a ship close by? Because I would love to see one of these babies now. There it is. The latest ships that we have now. Yeah, and of course this should also make them a bit more profitable. Thanks to it doesn't look very efficient though with all of that here, but still I think it's going to be fine. And the amount of oil that we can of course transport is better for that. And it is needed because this fuel refiner up here is not getting enough oil. And the transport is actually a bit bad. So Stockholm is the only consumer there right now. We should change that for the Far Rapids fuel refinery to level it up. Now this whole thing here is a mess. I gotta say that I was not expecting so much resistance really from this food train. Like it's blocking our passenger train literally every single time that it wants to get to the station there. And if it's not the food, then it's the construction materials. So one track here really is not enough. We need to just make this one larger. We just need to make this one more modern. So it's coming out here, right? And then it's using a second track right next to it over here. And we'll just need to use it up to this point there. Here it's merging then the food with its own one. And the passenger that comes in is using this track here then. Very nice. And up there, they can still get out there now. So this should be a bit better now. Here we still need to merge it. Now, we still have the food processing plant here that I wanted to level up. And the cool thing is now transportation and production is pretty good. So what we can see here is that the shipping to the other cities is fine. Also, the income is fine, but it could be more because as we can see, it is at full maximum capacity there. And we, of course, want this one here to upgrade as well. Now, there is a train. That's the stone one. Alrighty, that's the green one. That's making profit. And I think, yes, it's full. This one's definitely going to be full, so I do need also one here, another train now, and there we already have the tracks for it. We actually already have the station for it, so we really just need to connect it. Speed is top, perfect. There we have it. It's using the tracks that we have here then. Here, it's going to be a bit tricky because it's one, but here it is then 2 tracks. Should we risk that or should we make a double track out of that right away? That is the big question now. We could make a double track out of it. Let's keep it for one. Let's keep it like that for now. That should be really fine at the end. The only thing I need is see the signal here in and outbound. It's for both sides. Perfect. So the trains know exactly what to do at what time, and that should do the trick. And then we only really need to add another train line here. It's getting really busy on these tracks, as we can see. Not to the airport, of course, but to this Stockholm East. And there is green number 4 for this whole busy area. And once again, we still need one. We got a new locomotive, the RE44, for quarters, I guess. Light electric express locomotive. And the big advantage is it's a bit slower, but it's way more powerful. this one here, the BR, but it also doesn't cost that much. No, sorry, I got it all wrong here. This one is actually the better one. It's costing more, but it's also way more powerful. So that's the one, of course, that I would still like to use for my grain transportation. And let's use that. We got a few more carts. We got the long ones now, the gondola from 1950 onwards. It having a much higher capacity than the old ones. And we probably don't need to stack so many of them anymore next to each other. We could go 150, 22 million it costs me. That's going to be fine, I guess, I hope. And let's just look at it as it's coming out with the latest car technology that we have now. There they are, looking really modern now. Alright, and one last look at my airport. We still haven't really fixed the problem that there is hundreds of people waiting on the runway, basically waiting to get to another city. Please give me a better, plane soon, because that is just unacceptable. It's also really slowing us down here for the city. Lyon is growing really hard there, 700 people now, to 160% target growth still, and London is not looking much worse. So there, it's really coming together there, those two cities. We might still think about something here with London and the fuel, but that's what we're doing in the next episode. Stay tuned.